Sometimes the quietest things scream the loudest. Claire thought she was starting fresh, new life, new apartment. It was everything she could have wanted after her breakup. Cheap, spacious, and tucked away in a quiet part of town. But she didn't know that silence can hide secrets. It started with a phone call. Not on her cell phone, no. It was the landline. The one that shouldn't even work. The landlord had told her it was disconnected. A relic from when people still used them. But there it was, ringing. Claire answered. Heavy breathing. No words, no voice, just breathing. She hung up. Probably just a prank, she thought, and she brushed it off. But the next night, the phone rang again, and the night after that, and again and again. She tried everything to stop it. She unplugged the phone, she disconnected it entirely, but the calls didn't stop. Now, the phone was ringing in her dreams. She could hear it when she closed her eyes, the same heavy breathing, the same eerie silence. Claire felt the walls of her mind begin to crack. Her world, once so new and hopeful, now suffocated her. She was never alone at that apartment. He was always there, watching, waiting. She started to notice things. Shadows that didn't belong. A figure standing at the corner of her vision, gone the moment she turned her head. And then the cold whispers started, whispering her name when she was alone, and the feeling of being watched. Always. One night, Claire couldn't take it anymore. She had to find out what was happening. She researched the history of her apartment and learned that she wasn't the first. A woman, a young woman around her age, had lived there before. She too had complained about strange calls, sleepless nights, and visions. But the difference? She disappeared. Claire found a journal left behind by the vanished woman. It detailed everything. The calls, the sleepless nights, the figure lurking in the shadows. The last entry read, "It's not just the calls. It's inside of me. It's becoming me." Then came the night Claire saw it. The shadowy figure, standing still at the foot of her bed. Its face, her face, the eyes black and hollow, stared deep into her soul, as if they were mirrors of her darkest fears. And that's when she realized the calls were never coming from outside. The figure wasn't an intruder. It has always been her. It was feeding off her fear, slowly eroding her mind. And with each passing night, the entity took a piece of her soul, leaving her emptier, weaker. Claire was disappearing, just like the woman before her. The phone rang one last time. Claire answered. This time, there was no breathing, only her own voice echoing back. And then, the line. Now they say if you listen closely at night, you can still hear the phone ringing in that apartment. But no one ever answers, because Claire is gone, just like the others. And the figure waits. It waits for its next big step.